Look, times are tough. This is the closest I can get to a Christmas tree right now. Hi, welcome, come on in. My name is Aoife and today I am taking you through my TBR for Holiday Romcomathon, and I'm also going to give you some suggestions on what to read just in case you're still struggling. Holiday Romcomathon starts tonight at midnight going into Friday the 9th of December, and it will run until midnight Mountain Time in the USA at midnight their time going into Monday. That is because there are 3 hosts for this readathon: myself, Michelle from Michelle's Library, and Brianna from Four Paws in a Book. And because we are so spread out across the world and we encapsulate so many time zones, we thought we would make it a little bit interesting and not just go from a straight midnight to midnight in one place. We would give everybody a little bit of a chance to have maybe a little bit more reading than other people. As I have said, it does mean that some people will have a little bit more reading time than others. Some might be asleep when the readathon starts, for example. Some might be asleep when the readathon ends. But we wanted to give as much opportunity and as much scope for you to get in the holiday cheer. We have made a graphic with a candy cane in it for you to colour when you have ticked off any of the prompts. 3 of the prompts are about reading and 3 of the prompts are about self-care, and I think that they are going to be super festive. They're going to really get you into the holiday season, especially with Thanksgiving having ended. Christmas is coming up in a couple of weeks' time, and this is really going to kickstart the season for me. I've got 3 books in mind, and they all fit into the different prompts, but some of them might actually fit all 3. If I really run out of time, I can just shoehorn 2 prompts into one book or 3 prompts into one book, but I would absolutely love to get all 3 of these ticked off over this weekend. First one up is Fairy Lights, and you need to read a book that has a source of light on the cover. And this could be any source of light. It could be the sun, it could be the moon, it could be a menorah, it could be a lamp, it could be an oil lamp, it could be fairy lights themselves. For this one, I have gone with The Christmas Wish by Lindsay Kelk, which has got the little kind of fairy lights that are dotted around the tree that's on the cover, so I think that this one fits in only just. The Christmas Wish is Lindsay's new book. It came out just in November gone, and it is about Gwen, who is newly single. Her job isn't going very well, and she's gone back to her parents' house for Christmas to kind of de-stress, unwind, and restart again in the new year. While she's there, she makes a wish that every day could be as good as this, and accidentally wakes up the next day back on the morning of the 25th of December. So she has to go right back to the start, try and get her way out of this time loop that she's caught herself in, but also she's starting to fall for the boy next door, Dev, who she was really interested in as a teenager, and now that she's back, he is exactly her dream man printed out in front of her. I absolutely love Lindsay Kelk. I absolutely love a time loop romance. So I feel like this kind of combination makes this hopefully a really great Christmas read for me. Next up is Sledding, and you need to read a book that has snow on the cover, and it could be even a light flutter of snow. It could be a huge blanket spread right across the pages. It could be just a couple of snowflakes that are dotted around, but anywhere that you see snow on the cover, it's perfect, fit it in. For this one, I am going with our group read, and that is A Merry Little Meet Cute by Julie Murphy and Sierra Simone. This is going to be a kind of spicy romance featuring a woman who used to work in the adult entertainment industry and a washed up pop star who is trying to rehab his image. To do so, he is going to star in a new Hallmark style family Christmas movie where his co-star is going to be Bianca, who used to be known as Honey from B, a really well-known and well-respected plus-size adult entertainer. This whole kind of juxtaposition of what their former world used to be like with the wholesome and festiveness that they are in right now, I feel like there's going to be a little bit of spillover into what their personal lives are going to be like, and I think that that one is going to have the heat timed up just a little bit. And for holiday cheer, all you need to do is read a book that has any kind of festive feeling, whether it's got a holiday colour on the cover, whether it's got a holiday word in the title. Even if it just feels like it could be a holiday read to you, then that's fine, you can read it here. For this one, I'm going to go with Holiday Romance by Catherine Walsh, and there's a kind of specific reason that I'm going to go for it. This book is about Andrew and Molly, 2 Irish people who are living in Chicago, and they often meet each other on the last flight out of Chicago to Dublin for Christmas. But this year it looks like that flight is not going to be going ahead, so they might have to either make a mad dash for tickets and get to the airport, or deal with the consequences of possibly spending Christmas by themselves. As an immigrant myself, I often also take a flight back to Dublin and then go back down to my parents' house every year for Christmas. So I feel like that's the real holiday vibe I'm gonna get from this book. The whole idea of rushing to the airport, your bag overflowing with Christmas presents, knowing that you're gonna see your family in a couple of hours and that you can get home, sit on the couch and just relax. That feeling is one of my favorite feelings throughout the year, and I know that this book is somewhat going to be filled with it. One of our self-care prompts is Cozy Blanket, where you are going to be watching a holiday movie that has your favorite romance trope in it. My favorite romance trope is fake dating, so there was nothing more perfect for this than Single All the Way. This is about two best friends who accompany each other home for the holidays and pretend to be each other's boyfriends so that their families don't bombard them with the usual questions that single people get asked in the holiday season. This is chock full of so many big names. It's got Jennifer Coolidge in it, it's got Kathy Najimy in it, it's got Jennifer Robertson in it. So I just know that with this cast at its helm, this is going to be a great movie. That is what I am reading for this readathon, but what about you? If you haven't got any ideas, then don't worry, I'm here to help. There are a couple of books that will fit into all of these categories. There are a couple of books that I've read that are actually going to fit into all of the prompts themselves, but I have got a couple of suggestions just in case you haven't got your TBR. For Fairy Lights, which I'll remind you is to read a book that has got lights on the cover, you could go with any one of the following. You could go with Single All the Way by Portia McIntosh. You could go with In a Holidays by Christina Lauren. You could go with Just Like Magic by Sarah Hogle. You can go with All I Want for Christmas by Maggie Knox. You could read Santa Maybe by Mary Jane Baker. You could read The Matzo Ball by Jean Meltzer, or you could read A Holly Jolly Diwali by Sonia Lally. For Sledding, which is a book with snow on the cover, as well as the books that I have mentioned on my TBR. You could also read The Tourist Attraction by Sarah Morgenthaler. The entire series, all three of them, have got snow on the cover. You could read The Holiday Swap by Maggie Knox. You could read The Arctic Curry Club by Danny Reed. You could read Wrapped Up in You by Talia Hibbert. You could read The 12 Days of Christmas by Jenny Bayliss. You could read Baby It's Cold Outside by Emily Bell, or you could read Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey. Of course, for holiday cheer, as it's so open to interpretation and it just has to do with something festive, all and any of the books that I have just recommended will fit perfectly into that prompt. Those are the books that I am planning for the holiday Romcomathon, running from December 9th at midnight in Berlin to December 11th at midnight in Mountain Time in Utah. What books are you planning to read for the readathon? Are you going to be joining in with us? Don't forget to use the hashtag Romcomathon and share your TBR, your progress, everything on our Instagram, which is at Romcomathon_. Also, we will be having some reading sprints over the weekend and we would absolutely love to see you there. So keep an eye on that aforementioned Instagram account because that will have all the times that you need to know. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I have new videos up every week. Now, get on out of here.